Hello, everybody. This is Frederick from Sweden. This is my introduction to the YouTube vinyl community. Again, because I had a channel for a little bit, for a little while, some years back. So I felt up for it again to start, give it another shot. I've been listening to jazz for several years, and since 2007, when Sonny Rollins got the Polar Music Prize here in Sweden. They showed a black and white video on TV with him and Henry Grimes on double bass and Joe Harris on drums, recorded live here in Stockholm at Södra Teatern, and I just fell in love with jazz at that point. I thought it was great, and I really dig the drums. I remember from Joe Harris's drums. I'm a drummer myself, so I've been playing in bands for a long time. So, but I just fell in love with jazz at that point, and then I started buying jazz CDs. And at some point, I think it was 2009, 10 or something, I started to get into vinyl. I started to buy jazz on vinyl, and I bought a turntable, and the rest is history, I guess. But I started buying all kinds of pressings, but several, almost all of the LPs in the beginning I bought at Andreas here in Stockholm, a legendary shop, and I got some great stuff. And then I started buying online and stuff as well, all different pressings. But then I got into Chet Baker, and I started buying some of his later stuff from Prestige as first pressings, and then I got hooked on first pressings, and I never looked back. So I've been building a collection consisting of strict first pressings. So, well, I as Sonny Rollins was the cat who got me into jazz, I figured I'd start showing an album by him. But then I thought my favorite jazz artist of all time, up to this point anyway, is Lee Morgan. And jazz trumpet is, the instrument my favorite instrument in jazz, and Lee Morgan is my favorite trumpet player in jazz. I have several that I enjoy, of course, but he's top of the line for me, with his natural ability to play the trumpet. It just feels and sounds easy. That it's easy for him, and he plays with a lot of technique, but always plays lyrical, always. And so I enjoy him very much. And I figured I started to show an album, one of my favorites by him. It's Lee Morgan, Volume 3, on Blue Note. 1557 is the catalog number, and like I mentioned, I on my last channel, when I showed the records, I took them out and showed the labels and everything. But I guess you have to take my word for it when I talk about first pressings. Um, that is the first pressing I'm holding here. So, but this is a wonderful album. It contains songs all composed by Benny Golson, composer and tenor player, of course, and it's a wonderful bunch of songs. It's one of my favorite ballads, jazz ballads of all time is um, I Remember Clifford, an ode to Clifford Brownie, of course, and it's a wonderful tune, and Lee Morgan just plays beautifully on that tune, and the rest of the tunes are great as well. I love Domingo, the point where Golson comes in with his tenor, just breathy near the microphone, that kind of sound, and it's awesome. Love the first tune as well, Meshab Chant, or no, not Meshab Chant, it's Hassan Stream. Yes, Hassan Stream. Sorry, with that Oriental flavor. But it's been a while since I listened to this actually, but it's a wonderful album, and I will put it on the turntable here before long, I think. But I'm not gonna take the cover out and the record out and stuff, because it's too much of a hassle, and I don't want to drop anything. Or so I just keep it in the jacket for now. But it's the first pressing on Blue Note, and it's this particular title. When we get into first pressing details here, but I will do that a lot when I talk about the records, because I think it's very interesting, and as I'm a first pressing collector, I want to share that with you as well, and maybe spread some great information about that if you're looking for first pressings, what to look for. But this particular title has the West 63rd Street address with the New York 23 as well on both labels, and it's a flat edged. I think it was the last title that had flat edge. I think, and it's RVG Rudolf van Gelder, hand etched in the dead wax, and of course the Plastilite P, which it's widely known as the ear. It's also in the dead wax on both sides. So it's a true first pressing, and the right address on the back side, and the laminated cover. So it's one of those real treasures of the Blue Note 1500 series, I think, and it's very rare, very expensive, so I'm very happy to have found this way back in the beginning when I started to collect for first pressings, strict first pressings, which was at 2011. I started to really I mentioned before early in the video that I started collecting Chet Baker on vinyl and first pressings of his later prestige, some of his prestige titles like Cooking and Smoking, and maybe Cooking was Cool Burning, I think, some of those, and bopping with the Chet Baker. Those albums, that was when I started to really get into first presence, and then this title was the first, I think, the first real big one, rare, expensive, you know, album I bought. So yeah, that's the history um, of this album, and some brief introduction, I guess, to for me, to you guys in the vinyl collecting community here on YouTube. So yeah, check this one out if you haven't heard it before, which I doubt if you're into jazz vinyl, or jazz in general, I should say. And yeah, um, so I will try to continue making videos, and I hope you will subscribe and follow me. Yeah, and let's see where it leads. Thank you very much, and hope to see you again soon. Bye.